Much has changed in the kingdom, but we're back. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back yet again. Our kingdom is growing and kicking some butt. You guys see a lot of new buildings here in our wonderful new kingdom, and we're expanding. Even though there's a lack of space for housing, there's still plenty of space around here. We're doing a really good job of expanding all of our supplies to our people in our city. Oh, and surprise, by the way, instead of building ourselves a town here, I decided to build more wheat so we could make more bread, and it turned out to be the right decision. Look at the insane amount of money we have here today, and happiness is flowing into the kingdom too. Things have actually changed a little bit here, but we need some people to go over to the church and whatnot. So welcome back, everybody. Thanks for clicking and tapping and blowing up that like button. You guys are amazing. Today's goal is to start building the monastery, building ourselves the stone bridge across the river, and also to destroy the church and rebuild a new one in the Roman style that we've unlocked. Cool thing is, too, by the way, I found out that over here, in order to find the minerals that are inside of these large new kind of like arches across the river, we need to use the, excuse me, bailiff in order to look for new minerals. So things like marble and whatnot. Oh, hold on. He always gets away from me, doesn't he? Anyway, Lelaine is prospecting the mineral deposits. So the bailiff basically is like our kind of town like detective or whatever, doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Wow, there's a lot of people lacking homes that didn't need it before. I'm sure they'll build them now. They've built a lot of new homes over here too, so I'm sure home construction will continue as we're waiting for more people to find a place to build homes. Luckily, there's high desirability pretty much all around the kingdom. We just need people to squeeze in a home somewhere. But we'll expand our kingdom at some point. Looks like a few more building over there too. So anyway, let's get started with our first task, which is going to be to build our Roman church here. Then we'll build our stone bridge over on this side. And then we will go ahead and build ourselves the monastery. Also, the church has been completed now. We got all the glass that we needed popped in there, and everything's really looking good. So let's go ahead and get started then. We will delete this church. Now, we're going to pause because once we delete this church, the demand for religion is going to skyrocket. And right now, the church holds a total of 80 total faith. And remember, we can't assign a priest yet. This game at the moment doesn't allow you to do that. But let's go ahead and get rid of the old church and build ourselves a Roman one now. And let's see how it all turns out. Good, we got a lot of space now to build a big O church, and this will replace the other one here where you can see the areas for the Raptorians have been, the knights and whatnot have been unlocked. We also actually have some new items to build in the game too, including a, we have ourselves a knight statue for all the knights of Raptoria who brought back a lot of good stuff, so we'll probably build that up here. Though it requires some gems and such, and I'm not sure how to get those aside from going out on quests. And luckily our people have come back and are training again. A few of them are wounded. But you can see all the changes that we made, so take them in. I know we jump ahead and whatnot, but essentially once I lay out buildings, it just takes time for materials to be delivered and built. So it's really just a time-consuming thing. So let's go ahead and start with this Roman church now. That's a new building that we haven't seen before. And of course, if you want to see everything built out, make sure you do that. Oh, a legacy rustic church. That's a new one too. Very nice. Maybe we can replace this old church down here with the legacy rustic church. That's a new one that we got. Okay, let's go ahead and go with the Roman church now, and we'll go ahead and build that here. And let's see what we got. Oh, ooh, that's really good. That means that we have access to buildings that look more like the monastery. That's kind of cool. I like that. In fact, it actually kind of does have a few extensions that'll look like that. Wonderful. Let's see how many people can fit inside here. I'm assuming it'll probably be 20 per space, I'm thinking. So our last church was like 80, so we had like, what, 2 here and 2 there. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So let's go ahead and build a Roman church here, though I don't know what the capacity will be like, but our design has to accommodate the number of people that we need who are lacking a church. So it might not be pretty, but it'll have to do. It's just going to have to be that way, I think. So let's go ahead and try a core here. We'll try something, make it look good, right? We'll try something like this. Ooh, this actually looks really nice. Oh, that's a really nice architecture right there. So we can actually do a church kind of like this. Let's see. We can also do an extension on the back of it. Oh, that's going to be really cool. We'll build this right here. It doesn't actually have to attach in order for it to count. So we can actually attach things like that, or we can build it wherever we choose. So we can actually build something like this, which looks a little bit more like a cathedral, a custom church, a Raptorian-style church. We can make up our own style. Oh, look at that. And we can build some graveyards, too, to honor our fine people. Well, it looks like we can do a number of different... oh, we can actually do one with church bells. That would be kind of cool. Let's go ahead and get rid of those and do church bells instead. So today is a day for building too. So again, if you want to see this series continue, we're starting to come to the end of all the new stuff. But if you want to see more stuff on the channel, make sure you click or tap that like button and let me know. Go ahead and build these here. Oh, these actually have bells in them too. Do all of them have bells? Looks like they do. Well, our dirty little secret will be that our bells are actually hidden inside the tower on that one. Okay, let's build some entryways now. We could actually build it like this. Kind of feels like a, I don't know, it feels like more like a Mexican chapel or something like that. Kind of cool looking. In fact, wait a minute, hold on. We could actually build a church here. Aha, watch this. So if we build this like this, we might be able to expand it. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, would you look at that? Hold on a second, this is actually looking quite good. Hold on, I've just impressed myself. Wow. I know, that's hard to do. Not hard to do. Not hard to do. All right, let's see. If we put this here, and we extend the roof of the Tower 1. There we go. And then if we put these down, and if I raise this up just a little bit, if we raise the roof, yo, I think we have ourselves a almost decent, semi-mediocre church, which will probably have some flaws, but that's what life is all about. Very cool. Plus, these are the Middle Ages. These people don't have, like, you know, brains and stuff. Well, they have a brain, I think. Somebody's got a brain. Okay, let's go ahead and build a church tower on either side now. We'll make this look a little nicer than our other church. Wow, these people are going to be jealous now. This church looks very nice, though. Very compact and effective for its space, but I believe every time we add one of these buildings, it might add more space for our attendance. And since this is a very packed part of town, it might do us some justice. Those look even, right? No, of course not. All right, let's go ahead and lower those down a little bit. I want it to be big but believable. Is that equal? That looks pretty good there. All right, let's go ahead and put some crosses on each of these. Wow, this is very nice. What are these here? Decorative windows. Oh, I see. Oh, they're like stained glass windows, too. Which, by the way, we'll be able to actually put into our church. In the game, we're actually allowed now to make stained glass, which is cool, too. Trying to put that right in the center. Okay, I think this actually looks pretty good. You'll be able to tell that there's something fishy up with this church, but it looks really good. Oh, what if we make it like this? No, I think we got to put it back just a little bit. But this window needs to stick out. There we go. Well, it won't be perfect, but it'll be close, considering that we're doing this without mods or anything. There's extra extensions and other things that will add a little bit more to the church, but I think this is fine, and I don't think we need to build a graveyard or anything. Actually, let's go ahead and build one anyways, and we'll put a little fence around it later. So that way, at least we can make up for all of our soldiers, who, mostly, that's really the only reason anybody has perished. We haven't had too many people leaving due to unhappiness in the city, though it's happened. Those people, of course, have been forcefully evicted. Okay, let's see. More doors in the back. Well, this looks pretty good, I'd say, so far. So that's going to be good, I think. We'll go ahead and start with that church. I'm impressed with that. All right, bonus level, then. We're going to go build another church, then, over here. So we have our church all the way in the distance here. This was to try to raise the allure of this area to get more people to build homes over here, which they did. So let's get rid of this church quickly. Apparently it was holding 20 people, so let's try this now on a different type of church. Let's go for the Legacy Rustic Church, and we'll see how this works right now in front of the... oh, this really looks nice. In front of the old marketplace. Well, I'm hoping we can fit some more people in here. Let's go with... maybe something along these lines. Oh, this is nice. Different stuff to build with. I think we can actually build it somewhat like this. I wouldn't mind it looking a little varied and different. Oh, this actually looks really nice. It looks more American. America. All right, let's go ahead and throw that there. That's pretty much it. Oh, we can actually go for a dark theme or a light theme. Let's go with the light theme. See how that looks. So we can put some extra doors on it, but I think that's going to be just fine for us. And we'll tuck that in a little bit closer to the... Nope, I think that's actually right where I want to put it. Boom! All right, 2 major construction projects kicking up now. Let's go ahead and do our 3rd major construction project, which is going to require us to build roads through these trees. So now we're going to connect the city through some major thoroughfares that will connect to this city here and this city here by building a bridge. So let's go ahead and build our bridge here now. We have access to the stone bridge now that we've gotten 10 citizens. We've actually got about 12 or so. So I'm very proud of this. So let's build ourselves a new monument. And let's go for a stone bridge. And let's go ahead and try to build it over here somewhere. We're going to try to build it pretty much right across this way. Although I can't rotate this at the moment, so we'll have to see if we can build something that looks relatively decent in this small space. So let's go ahead and extend this a little longer than usual. And we're going to have to kind of make this look good. Now, bridges are a little tough because their size is basically default, so you can't really do much in terms of wedging those around. The easiest thing to do is to cancel them and do it again. I'm really excited to start building some new stuff. And the Monastery is going to be really interesting to design, too. I have designed monasteries before, but I'm wondering if more military campaigns will bring in more designs for us with many more features and many more different buildings to build, really. Now, let's see. Well, building the bridge like that might look nice if we have two areas like this, two flat areas for the bridge. Building these are a little bit of a pain in the neck. But once you get it, you got it. It's weird how it wants me to build it there. What about trying it on this side? Ah, that actually works a little bit better. Okay, so if we build it, I probably want the road to go here. And then we can shrink this side down a little bit. This bridge will have two... Oh, that's way too long. That's the problem with bridges, that they extend a little too far for what you might want to do. Let's try to build it a little further in. Bum, bum. That's why I was saving the bridge for probably our last project. At least for design. Other than the monastery. Okay, that looks decent. So let's just correct the angles on it. Oh, there we go. Much better there. The problem is I can't click and drag the bridge, you see. I'd like to just move this so it's a little bit more in the center. If I extend it, it's still off just a little bit. So this can be kind of frustrating and time-consuming, but if you do it right, it feels really good to actually have the bridge laid out where it is. Now, you can actually see the bridge is trying to become like a ramp. So that's a thing that you can build, too, is like a ramp to your castle, which is a very strange thing to have. Oh, wow. This bridge is going to be ridiculous. It's actually going to come right by the Forester building. We may actually have to move this granary around in order to accommodate the bridge. It's a very large structure here. So we'll just try one more time to move it to where we want. We can center the camera on it, but it's just not going to go exactly where I want. So let's try this again. Yes, we will... Okay, the game has crashed. Alright, well, welcome back from the Dark Ages. I think I've got it now to where I want it, and that's about as good as it's going to get without looking too funky. Looks good from both sides, though. You can see a little bit of the arch, but again, these bridges are quite difficult to place. So we'll go ahead and put some lovely little gates on them to make them look nice. And then we'll also add some wooden gates to them if we can, around the, there we are, the entrance sides. There we are. Alright, we've done one. Is the second one going to be a pain in the neck? Uh-oh. Alright, let's see. Stone bridge. Now we can always edit it later, too. There's also towers that we can put on the bridge as well, though this just doesn't seem to be appropriate to put on this bridge. It's not like a giant suspension bridge or anything like that. I think adding too much stuff to this will make it look a little weird. And in fact, towers might look a little better than gates, but I'm actually willing to accept that. Although I'd like to try these towers instead, these more fortification-looking towers. There we go. That looks a little bit better, almost like the Brooklyn Bridge in a way. Okay, let's see if we can put some... No, okay, and wooden gates. Ah, we can put these here, it seems. Although, I don't know if they can overlap each other. Oh, this is going to be strange. Ah, there we are. Okay, that actually might look somewhat decent. Oh, boy. Okay, let's go ahead and make the bridge, and then we'll add decorations to it later. All right, let's start construction on that. Good. So 2 churches under construction and a bridge. Our wonderful builders are going to be overwhelmed with the amount of stuff to do. But let's go ahead and get them started, and we'll go ahead and have them build a few things here. Well, looks like somebody's having trouble finding the extraction zone. That shouldn't be the case. That's been fine ever since whenever. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back here. So I've looked over all the city. Everything's working pretty darn good. You can also see I've added another manor here, too, in order to increase the amount of storage for our treasury. The same here, too. All these buildings are assigned to be treasury buildings, though I built a wonderful garden here as well. So there's so much stuff to take in. It's beautiful. Mostly waiting for this area to be cut down with trees, and I was playing in 3 times speed while I was also building the garden. So it's not like any of these things are overly difficult or complex to make. But now, the more important thing, the wonderful monastery with the vineyard up here, and the aviary and a few other things, going to look beautiful. So let's see what we got for our monastery. Looks like we can build our good old monastery again with the same old building types. And are we close to sending our troops out? I want to send them again to see if I can get any other building types for new buildings. I can't wait to see what the new rustic church looks like, and also upgrade some of the older rustic churches. Though I'd argue maybe this one can stay the same because there are farmers here for hops, and maybe this one can stay the same because it's very close to where the farmlands are on the outside of town as well. It really makes me want to build all sorts of different types of churches and buildings and stuff for all the different types of feel to the cities. I really feel at this point that these are really 2 different cities at this point, since they have different manors and government buildings. And since back in those days, cities weren't overly large, as they were, you know, like small towns kind of all meshed together until they would be brought together by infrastructure later. So everything was kind of like a village, hamlet, village, and then eventually incorporated into a town. Hopefully we see some of these. I've never seen this before. People need housing, but apparently... oh, wow. They're lacking space for housing. Church is going to be a problem for a while till they build a new one. I wonder if moving this well out of the way would get them to do it. Well, we'll see. We'll build some more houses for them later. But let's build some houses for our wonderful monastery now. Let's get focused on one thing at a time. You know me. Okay, monastery time. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and try to build it right here. And we'll build like a gorgeous gate to go into the monastery. Also, it looks like people are still coming in from out here, so I kind of built a wall as to where the edge of the cliff is, so I can build the monastery. So let's do this. Now, I built monasteries before. I've never been to a monastery. But since this is our own nation, it's not like we have to play by any sort of rules. We can build our own Raptorian-style monastery, and it'll be just fine. But I'd like to actually build this building inside, so let's build it over here. And I think our monastery can be built into the cliffside, to be honest. There we go, let's do something like this. And then we can rotate it, so that way the monastery can be like this. Now remember, every time we add a new building, this adds a lot more materials. The monasteries take an insane amount of materials, so it's going to be a very long time until this building is constructed. Alright, there we are. Now we can put our area here to go inside. Alright. Well, looks like there's a lot of pathfinding issues today. I've just reloaded a save after an update, so that may have made some of the issues. Go ahead and make sure we use the different piece here. But we'll figure out everything eventually. Alright. And we're going to put an entry building down here for people to come into. So they'll be inside the monastery walls. So essentially they'll have to go into the wall into a courtyard before they go into a monastery building up here. So we can actually add, for example, another monastery building here. Or actually out in front of it. Like that, to look a little bit more... Uh-oh. No, that looks good. It may be off a little bit, but that's how it is. Okay, let's keep building. That's just how it be. Now, I do like building walls like this, where it's kind of like a walkway. There we go. That looks nice. Well, let's build ourselves a tower here. And that'll look nice for that side of the monastery. Now we should be able to build a door here. Now I believe there is pathfinding, yes, now for our people to go in and out of buildings. So we might want to shorten this one by 1. As now there's pathfinding through the buildings to where people can actually walk into the monastery. Hence that little doorway there. But again, it's not going to be perfect since it's very hard to adjust large structures little by little. And we'll probably be building our vineyard behind here. So hopefully... Actually, we could probably just change the pieces around so that way it... Maybe, for example, this one's here instead. This is the one with the little door behind it. There we go. Now, right now, time is on pause, so our people are working urgently on the new church and also the, actually both new churches and the tower, too, the tower bridge that we're building, so that's going to be quite cool. We can build dormitory buildings as well. Not exactly sure what I want to do with this thing just yet. Kind of thinking up a design. We'll probably have some sort of a, maybe a small garden or something inside here with some dormitory buildings in here too. Probably kind of separate that from everything else. And the dormitory will help us to increase the number of monks, which will increase the number of jobs that we can do. And monks are like their own type of worker, where they're the only ones who can work the vineyard and work a few other buildings. We'll also still need an industrial area because of the fact that we did not yet build a cooperage or anything like that. So we'll get to that very shortly. Let's try to build another gate here. What I'm picturing right now is something like from Nathan Drake, you know, some made-up fortress-looking building. That's not really a fortress, but kind of meant to keep people out. Or maybe keep Jesus in. Or however they worked. I can't remember. I don't know. Alright, let's see here. So I can't bring this up any higher. Bum, 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 bum. If we build this way, oh, that'll look beautiful. Now, I should be able to build a small thingy here. Oh, I wonder if I could build a bridge between these two. I think there might be a bridge structure. There is, right here. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, hold on. Oh, what? That's weird. What? That's very strange. Let's try 2 of those. Ooh. Yikes. Oh, wait a minute. We can kind of fudge it. Oh, okay. Now, sometimes in this game, this is what you have to do, is kind of imagine designs by mushing things together. Well, that actually looks decent. I'm proud of that. You're proud of that, Raptor? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead and keep building. Although this, I forget what you call these things. They're not called... Oh, yes. Call us to send... Oh, yes, corner A and B. Perfect. All right. Oh, the sheeps are getting up here. Sheepy, sheepy. Yes, bah. Right, so I'm trying to form a wall here in order to basically build some sort of a wall around the facility. Oh, boy. Now it's starting to become a subterranean... it's a monk bunker. The Munker. Alright, let's see. What is this? Herb garden, vineyard, and a winery is what we can build here, as well as decorative bushes, which make it seem like the monks eat vegetables or whatnot. I don't know if monks are vegetarians or whatnot. Oh, you know what? Actually, I can complete this way by just building this like this. Now, I do want to build another gate here, so that way the monks can go to the vineyard. But I'll remove some pieces here to make that work. Design is really fun in this game. The monastery is probably my most favorite thing to build, because when you get to this stage, this is when you're using the most amount of materials, and it takes the most amount of time to do. Let's try to build a corner. There we go. There, that's what I was trying to do, is get the walkway off the ground. Now, this might look a little unrealistic or whatnot, or it probably doesn't match the rules of a monastery, but it's our own kingdom. And we can kind of do with whatever we want, because I'm the king. Beautiful. Oh, trying to get this building to go up. There we go. Well, that kind of doesn't... Well, that'll be fine. It's probably fine. I'll delete it later. Okay, let's try this. So when you're trying to design things in these games, if you've ever done a design game before, like, for example, The Sims, you know sometimes you gotta mix between what you're given and what you want to do. Like, for example, having a basement and an attic. EA games. Yep, shots fired. Okay, we should be able to do a corner piece here, maybe. That might fit, actually. Aha! Although I want it to go on this one. Ah, there it goes. Ah, perfect! That really looks good. It's off a little bit, but, you know, again, whatever. Call the cops. 911. Alright, That looks really cool. I like that. We can do a garden in the middle, and we can also do our herb garden and some other things there. And then the vineyard is going to be outside the facility over here. And we'll have like a little way in there or something. I don't know. We can design something to go on the outside. The more we add to this, the more cool it will look. But, oh boy, it is going to speed up that build time longer than what it seems like to go through the drive-thru nowadays. Oh boy. Let's see if we can get rid of this piece here. I'm going to try to reverse this. Just like this. Now, I don't know if it actually has to be a pathway, because if the monks are going to walk inside here, they might only walk through the main building, but I don't know exactly how it's going to work. Oh, that actually looks nice. Yeah, that looks really cool. It looks like there's more facilities there. Okay, let's see. Oh, yes, we must make our entrance, too. Which I think will be this building. Abbey B. And did I use dorms here? Yes, I did. Okay. So let's increase the size of the Abbey a little bit. There, that looks good. And then we'll add a door here. And now we got to start throwing doors on everything. And we can always add to this facility later, so if I get any extra motivation or if I want to change something, we are more than able to do that at any time. No designs are final in this game. All designs are final. Okay, let's continue on with the building of the gate. That looks kind of cool. Damn, that really looks nice. Although I feel like something could be added here to add some variety. Although I can't seem to build anything on the backside here. But we could try to make it not attach officially, but unofficially we could build something here. Like a little outlet for the monks to look out onto the city. That's a beautiful point of view there. Oh, there's also this tower, too. Let's actually use that. Since I've not yet used that one before. Oh, and it'll actually snap right there. Let's see. That is the backside. And if we build this here and raise it up. Oh, that looks quite good, actually, I'd say. Oh, there's no windows, though. Oh, boy. Well, we'll still add the other facility to it, and we'll make it match that one. But we'll make it a little higher. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and build some other structures then for the monks. We'll build our winery inside, which I believe is for the making of wine. That's where the wine is processed from grapes into actual wine, so it'll be stored and stuff here. And I need to find some flat land for that. That corner seems to be pretty good. Luckily, the facility's raised, so it can be a little, you know, on an angle. An herb garden for somebody named Herb. And we'll cut down all these trees around here, too, so don't you worry. We'll be removing any sort of trees inside the facility to plant our own. Is it weird that I'm using the word facility? Yes? Okay. We will call it military... the complex. We'll call it the base. HQ. Alright, we're putting stuff inside HQ now. Which stands for the HHQ, the Holy Headquarters. There we go. Nice little building door there. Okay. And then we need an aviary, which I don't know if they removed. Oh, apiary. Sorry, apiary. It's for apes. Aviary. That's for birds. Well, you know what I mean. Okay, so let's try to build that over here. And then I can put a bunch of little decorative trees and stuff inside the... Actually, we can put a bunch of flowers or something outside this place. And we can always move that later if we want to. All right, let's add a couple chimneys to the dorms just to make them look good. And we'll add, let's see, the copyright symbol for Christianity and Catholicism and whatnot. Or whatever. Sure. Okay, now, the last thing I want to do is to try to build some sort of a gate here to go out to the vineyard. But I don't want it to be too obvious, so maybe that door there will be okay. So let's just build a vineyard here. We'll try to build like one here and another one over on the other side. So we're going to need a lot of monks to live here. So I don't know what the current capacity is. So if we need to add some more monks, let's see. We will just expand the facility. I hate using that word, but the monastery is its official name. We'll expand the monastery to accommodate more people if we need to. Actually, I could probably just build them here. Oh. That would kind of look cool. Going through here like this. Ah, that's kind of cool. And then we'll add a little tower there. Excellent. Perfect. And the road can sneak by there. Wonderful. We'll add some more trees and other things. I think that'll look good. She's going to use 2,300 polished stone, 1,259 planks, 686 tools, 30 glass, 600 stone, and only just 20 coins, guys. Really not that expensive. Oh, we can actually paint this blue, purple, or brown. Ooh, purple? Oh, purple. Oh, boy. I don't want to do blue, and we've already done brown before, so let's give purple a try. That's going to be a regret, but let's do it. Oh, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so begins the long, big O crazy tale of building. Oh, look, our church is almost done. Luckily, they're still building the internal buildings. Oof, that's off a little bit. That's all right. It's okay. Our churches are not going to be perfect. That's for sure. Plus, they're not even done building anything, so. But look at how everything looks while it's being built. That's really impressive. That really looks cool. How are things going with the bridge? I've told the logging teams to clear those trees. They'll probably do that soon. The other church hasn't even begun to be built. Oh, boy. Let's see. Well, let's go ahead and ignore all other problems, and let's focus solely on building now. I haven't been able to be selfish like that yet. I've been too focused on managing the city. So we're going to build a couple of new builders' huts to make sure this goes along swimmingly. So let's go ahead and build a couple of temporary builders' huts just for this construction project here. So let's go ahead and build that. Oh, stained glass workshop. Ah. Resources needed to build is 5 tools. Oh, well, we don't necessarily need that. I'm just going to import stained glass because we really don't need much. Although it'll be a good export. All right, good. Let's assign some people here. So 6 people are dedicated to the monastery construction. We'll delete that later. There goes our envoy. Been ignoring that now. Wow, look at that. We're maxed out on gold. Happiness holding pretty good, considering that I'm focused more on this giant monastery build. Clothing is a problem again, and same with religion. Understandable, since we're building a new church. Actually, 2 new churches, so a lot of their previous houses of worship have been demolished for now. And now we're going to start with the clothing. I think we need to, I think we're producing a lot of wool, and I think it's stored over here. 9. So most of it is being brought into town. I guess 9 was German for no in that case. Let's see here. How are our builders getting started? Now these guys are going to come over here and bring all the materials that are eventually needed. So they will stop here and maybe they're building the bridge. Maybe they're building the monastery. Eventually they'll get to the monastery, so they'll be needed there. Or they can actually work on the old church too. Right there. So they can build both the church and the monastery. And then, of course, our bridge will be built here, too. Which, there it is. That's going to require quite a bit of stone. So we are going to be busy for a very long time. We got a lot of stone being made. A lot of stone being mined. A lot of planks being made. Now, eventually, when we have to do our iron mines, we can actually click here at the iron deposit and build this as well. So we can edit this and actually turn it into a iron quarry and build all the extra things there too, so we can start our giant construction projects here in this game. And this is going to be really cool. So let's build ourselves a iron quarry there. And let's build a crane. Is this just for looks, or can this actually attach? I don't know if any of these things have to do with increasing the mining ability, but we may as well make it look fancy, I suppose. Something like that. I don't know if that helps to increase the mining, but let's go ahead and start that there too. So now that we're importing, or rather, now that we're going to be mining iron, we can then start on a few other things too. Now, quartz, I think, still has to be imported, but from our military conquests, I've actually conjured up enough iron to last a very, very long time. We had a ton of iron stored here, and we were making yeah, look at that. 40 swords were made out of about 150 iron or so, and I'm sure we've been exporting a lot of those too, which explains our money income. And the only way I can continue to increase our capacity is literally building more and more of these buildings, and I'm out of room for building those buildings. So let's go ahead and continue to build houses now. Let's see if we can expand those anywhere. Wow, look at that desirability. Beautiful. We'll expand that up there. Anybody who wants to build a crazy house up there, go right ahead. Kind of running out of space, but for now, the people are going to have to be content with their new church. Beautiful. Wait, what the? They put the crucifix up in the air before they built the towers. That's interesting. Okay. I like the style of that Roman church. That doesn't feel Roman to me. It just seems a little different, that's all. Although I think I prefer that to this. But now we'll have to see what the purple monastery says. Good color, though, for the wine, I guess. Secretly, it's just a rich vineyard owner who is just starting up a new monastery, I suppose, to conceal the business, tax fraud or something. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. Okay, let's take a look here at some of the things that we can build now. So, for example, we can now put down our... I think I would like to actually build our knight statue in town. Now, actually, let's take a look at what materials are required for that. That's quite interesting. It's required to have... Where is that thing again? 20 marble and 10 gems. Now, for gems, marble, and quartz, I think you have to import those. I don't know if we can actually get marble from mining on the map. However, we might be able to. If we're going to put this anywhere, I think I'd like to put it in this part of town as well, just to reflect the warriors here, since this was kind of where we officially built our first thing. Maybe we could actually build it right here. So this will be a placeholder, since I know we can't build that just yet. Let's take a look at the other buildings that we can eventually build. So we have a gold smelter, so we'll probably be able to mine for gold by using our bailiff in order to go look for that. So we might be able to find gold on our map, might be able to find quartz on our map, maybe, or import both of these materials. And then also, we're going to be able to make some other stuff too, I'm assuming. But since we're about to get iron, we're going to need an iron smelter, to which we already have charcoal going. So I can build an iron smelter over here somewhere, since it is nearby the mine. So let's go ahead and lay out the rest of our kingdom then. Build an iron smelter there. And then we could also build a blacksmith over here too, and somewhat build that industrial area that I planned to. There we go. Behind the trees, keep it hidden. And then eventually we should be able to build a cooperage, which can build the barrels for the winery. And we can build that somewhere over here. A little space here for it. Tuck it in right there. Excellent. So that should complete all that stuff. Hop farm. Hunter's hut. I haven't done that yet. I'm just importing boars so far. Seems to be pretty profitable for us since we're making the cheese. We also have a lot of cheese being made over here too with all the extra cows and a cheese maker across from that. Seems to be most effective to do 2 dairy farms with a cheese maker across the street. And it seems to be pretty good. We don't have too much cheese and we don't have too much milk, which means they're processing it pretty good. Let's see here. Iron smelter, coal huts are being put to good use. Stonecutter's camp, other things. Yeah, I think we've got most of everything that I wanted to build pretty much well taken care of so far. Beautiful. Uh-oh. Bad weather is coming. My lord, prediction that bad weather is coming. Oh, great. This is really going to hurt that happiness. Oh, and I've been too busy focused on what I was doing. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. Well, the churches are being built, so that's a huge hit to us. But they are almost done, so that'll go back up. So we're probably sitting somewhere around, like, the 80s, really, once these are done. So it looks like the next big thing to do is clothing. So we're going to have to address that issue. Now, I've added more sheep farms, like crazy, across the map. Over here, for example. Over there, for example. And I think we've added some new weavers to the town as well. There might be weavers in spaces that weren't before. For example, here, I believe. And we'll have to get that bridge built, too. Ah, and you can see they're starting to put down the supports for the bridge. Excellent. Very good. Well, we'll worry about happiness later. This is what happens when you build multiple projects, but I want to get them done. So, religion should go back up, and same with our happiness. If anybody leaves, we got a lot of people on standby to take those jobs for anybody who bails on us. We got a couple of unemployed. who are probably going to be ready to take those jobs. We can always adjust jobs that we don't need now in order to get the construction projects done. For example, shrinking the military if we need to. Actually, let's take a look here. I would like to send them out on a mission, actually. Let's go ahead and take a look at a new mission for us. And we'll send out the troops yet again. Let's go ahead and send out... Now, this is 20 troops this time, so check this out. 20 troops. We may have seen this before, but it's just awesome every time it happens. Glory to Raptoria. Okay, let's go ahead and send out our troops. That means we're going to the military manager, accepted mission, assign troops. We have several knights now, as you can see. We're going to have more knights than there are during a week. It's going to be awesome. Now, it's nice to send every one of these troops because after the first couple of missions, they get harder and the rewards get bigger. And as you can see, I've deleted the bridge because too many times the knights get stuck. It seems to be only the knights. I'll report that to the devs. Anybody can cross that bridge, no problem, but when they go out on a quest, that's when they get goofed. But anyway, our troops will come back to a fully built church, a new bridge to get to the other side of town, and a beautiful new monastery and a rustic church on the other side. Very nice indeed. All right, folks, that's going to be it for my time here today. Join me next time for the nearing completion of all of these structures. Our next episode may be our last, taking a look at all the new things that have been added. Really, that's what I wanted to do here, and so it'll be mission accomplished to see all the new things would have been added, or coming soon, I guess, in Alpha 1.6. So keep that in mind, that we're not here to see every little structure be built, but really to show off what's new and what could be coming next to our wonderful kingdom. You guys are great. I'll see you at the inaugural opening of the church, the wonderful bridge, church, and the monastery. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye. Ooh, look at that.